Okay, we need a playlist. We need some music, and I don't want to be fighting with it. So I need to find something I want to listen to. Unfortunately for me, Snoop Dogg's latest videos put me in an odd mood. Going to be very, very hard to find something that will fit today. But we will try. We will try. Let's go with moods. What kind of mood am I in today? Let's try reflective. Am I in a reflective mood today? And then let's just try it to play right here. We'll give it a try. It's a little loud, of course. Let's go. Okay, whoa. I want to put you on about 10. Okay, we've got a little bit of music playing. Now we got to give it our little attribute. And I might turn the music down just a pinch more. Don't want the screen to bleed over. And we got a couple of new subscribers. Welcome, new subscribers. If any of you have found your way to the stream, awesome. I don't know who they are specifically, but we'll see if Streamlabs will let me know. Although I think that only works for the stream. Okay, we don't need to learn any more about that, so I don't know why you put that there. I guess we'll click it so that it'll go away, maybe? No, it doesn't go away. Well, okay. I guess that we're stuck with it then. Okay, we need to get our announcements up. Here we go. I haven't been here in a while, man. I'm losing my mind over here. Okay, invite code for stream. ChillCraft is live. And maybe this time will actually last for an hour or two before I either want to quit or the computer quits. We'll see which one happens first. It could be either one. If you guys are commenting or saying anything, I cannot see it yet. I will be looking shortly. Now, let me see. Where is I at? Live. Okay, so let's adjust this microphone one last time. I got to get it just in the perfect place. Okay, hopefully that's it, because I don't know if it is. Let me check my little rollout here. I don't see anybody commenting yet. Cool. Testing. Yep, we're good on the audio, but we're not seeing a picture. So let's find out if we've got a picture. If I go back to the game, we have a picture. Okay, and then Control-Shift-0 should get me my chat window. Yay! I wish this stupid learn more thing would go away. How do you get rid of the stupid message? I don't want it. All right, is it telling me who subscribed recently? It says Red Bull. I don't know. I don't think that's very recent. Okay, well, that's fine. Okay, we announced it. We got the link. We put in the attribution for the music. Music will be courtesy of Slipstream. And everything here appears to be intact. Okay, we will now resume. Time for an intro. Boy, I move slowly in this unmodded version of the world. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to ChillCraft. And that's the most excited we normally get around here. I don't have any idea what I'm going to do today. No idea. I was thinking about getting rid of my first food farm over there and putting the villagers somewhere else. And I'm thinking about going into the cave that I need to explore with the dogs. And explore that. I need to run some of these golems through the car wash. And I want to move the bell because I keep seeing golems spawning in that other farm. And I want to test if it's the bell. I do not know how long the stream will last. I don't know how long I will last. I don't know how long my voice will last. And I do not know how long my computer will last. So, we'll see what happens. Those little two looks like a plus sign in the bottom corner. I believe that's the tanks that are associated with this backpack. So I figured that out on my own. But I think if I hit some buckets of water and figure out how to use the backpack, it'll go in there. And I have to relearn a few things because I was just starting to get back into remembering how to do stuff here in my normal Minecraft world. And then I had a short stream last week because things happened that I had to take care of. And now I'm back to trying to figure it out again. So here we are, and check one last time, make sure we're all working. And it looks like we are. So I want to thank you guys for joining, and ChillCraft, we're not going to be doing anything exciting here, just so you know. That's not what ChillCraft is about. What we're doing here is we're just building and developing this little area, trying to make it better, trying to improve it. We will go on adventures, we will explore some things occasionally, but the focus here is on just having a relaxed, laid back Minecraft experience. So this is our bell. And my theory is that somehow the bell is causing golems to spawn, even though I keep changing the different, wow, I can't even jump, textures here. It keeps spawning in here. No matter what I do, I get a golem spawn in here. And they could be spawning because the villagers are calling them, but I don't know how that would be happening. They can't be walking over from the edge. My guess is they're spawning somewhere along this inside edge, somehow, because the bell is right there. And if we count the blocks to the farm from the bell, and let's find out how many that is. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, which they can't spawn on a slab, so 25. So we want to mark this chord with an F2. It says 552, 543. Actually, let's stand out here and do it to make it even better. I want the inside to where the bell is, which I guess would be this block right here. So 554, 543, and I think we've done this before. And then we're going to go over here and we're going to see what we've got. So 530 and 543. So let us take this bell and let us move it. Where shall we move it to? Let's move the bell, say, right here on the end, or do we want to move it? Let's move it down below. Let's move it way down there. I'm just kind of curious if that concentrates the golem spawns at all. Okay, those went into my backpack, which I believe is on B. There we go. We are using a couple of mods. We've got a backpack mod, and we've got a couple other mods here and there, but mostly we try to do vanilla here, So let's take the center of the village, and we'll say that this is the main area of the village around here. Actually, we could just stick her right here in the middle of this, but let's just say that this is the center of our village. Let's just stick it, plop it right on top of here. Now everybody is going to find their home if you ring the bell. And what I want to know is, once I get rid of this golem in here, am I going to not have... Now, we don't want to forget where the bell was, so let's put a torch there. I want to be able to put it back if I want to later. Are we going to still have golems spawning in here? This is just the theory. This is just what we're trying to figure out. You know, that's all part of the process. Now we need to have some leads, and we'll get this guy out of here, and then we'll run him into the car wash at some point. He's already wanting to move. He didn't even need me to pull him out. He's not worried about the villagers in here, maybe. I'm not entirely sure on that, but this is what we like to do. We like to learn stuff. Okay, how are we doing on our gifts? You guys are not doing very good on the productivity. So we need to figure out if our design has a flaw in it or something, because they're not really giving each other food. I'm not seeing much from the carrot person, in other words. Do I have any carrots on me? I do not have any carrots on me, but I do have carrots back home over here in this other farm, actually. I want to know where these guys are going to congregate now that I've moved the bell down there. Am I going to see more golems down there? Will I see more spawns down there and less up here? We are going to learn. Looks like we're on potatoes here. Okay, this is not what I would call reflective. I don't know who thought that this was reflective music, but that is not reflective. Let's try uplifting. There's nothing reflective about any sort of hip-hop as far as I'm concerned, but other people might disagree with that. You know what? Let's do this lo-fi house. I don't know if I've tried this yet. I may not like house, but I cannot handle hip-hop right now. Okay, so I don't mind hip-hop. Don't get me wrong. It's just not what I want to listen to right now. I want to remove this farm today. So let's get on this, moving this farm out of here, and we'll free these guys. Now, can we pick them up? Did we give myself a mod to pick up guys? No, I didn't. I should put easy villagers on here. I really should. I gotta be careful. I don't want to hit a villager and have a bunch of these golems coming at me. I might have to do some adjustments. This farm's been working really good for my food providing and all the other stuff that it does. I don't like to get rid of it, but it doesn't fit the vibe, and we need some other villager trading hall materials. No, I'm not a fan of this house either. So we will see what else I can come up with to listen to. It's gotta be something. It's gotta be something that fits my mood. Well, we were trying happy, uplifting. Yeah, let's try this. Is there a way for me to... Okay, just press play. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. They're mixing like a bunch of different genres and making my life difficult. Okay. Dance and the electronic. And let's see what we can find here. We got breakbeat, disco, drum and bass. EDM. What else do we have here? Techno. Let's try this electronica. Probably won't like it either, but let's give it a try. Gotta have the right music or it's really hard to do your gaming, right? Alright, well, our next task will be to try to figure out oh, this is auto repeat, but that's okay. We'll try repeats today. I need to find some dirt and fill in the water, get rid of this grate, and then up here we're going to put another one of our little houses with a little guy. What are you doing? Go away! I didn't mean to hit you. I hate these guys. I swear they get in front of me to make me hit them every single time. And now he's probably mad at me and getting ready to smack me. I don't need to be smacked by you, you big bad boy. Leave me alone. I didn't mean to hit him, I swear. It's a misunderstanding. Alright, I think if I just press this button, I can sleep. Cool. Alright, I don't know how to get rid of this silly guy. He's getting in my way, and I need him out of my way. He's silly. It was a fun structure, you know. We were getting the vibe here of this stuff. But I can put one or two houses up on here, which I think would be a better use of it. So if I hit one of these golems, I am so screwed. I'm not tough like I am in my modded world, man. I can't handle golem. I'll get smacked all the heck and gone. And while we're doing this, we will soon learn if the golems are going to be spawning where I don't want them to be spawning. Yeah, I can fit two houses here. Jiminy. And then we'll do a little terraforming instead of this stupid gate here. We'll do some terraforming and make this look better. You gotta move these barrels at some point. I guess we should move them now. I probably don't have anywhere near enough room to store everything in my backpack. Alright, let's find a place that we can put all these items and kind of store them well out of the way of anywhere I'll be working, but not too far where I can't get to it. We just need to put down a couple of chests, and then we can just dump a bunch of items in it. Some of this stuff we're going to be building with. Some of this stuff has got to get moved somewhere else. We don't know where yet. We just know it's got to get moved. Looks like I've got another item left up there. Let's go find it and pick it up. Man, I cannot believe how slowly I move when I'm not in a modded world. I want to see if my backpack allows me. It does, so I don't need to carry a crafting table anymore, folks. Oh, it does not allow me, though, to move my cursor around and drag items in. So, good to know. I think I'd like to make this first one dirt and stone. I think that will be the good plan, and then the back one can be wood. I gotta go find this other item before it despawns. Now I've got a bunch of villagers that are feeling jobless and not worth much now because I got rid of all their jobs. So I gotta figure out something to give them some work while I'm working on giving them a place to live. And what we would like to have, I think, is some more toolsmiths, and maybe I gotta see what we've got up there because I don't remember very clearly. But I think we need some more toolsmiths and some more weaponsmiths and some armor smiths. I think that would be a smart move on my part. And we'll continue organizing the backpack later. Right now, let's go find this item if it hasn't already despawned. If it has despawned, then it's gone. Okay, well, it's gone. Nope, there's something ahead of me, but I think it's an egg. Now we can also see if the golem are still spawning. Okay, so theory one, that they're spawning because of the location of the bell, appears to be incorrect. So we can strike that theory out. This will be an egg. And then there's another egg over here, I suspect. Yep, there's a chicken, and of course there's an egg. We don't gonna come back here for these again. We don't need them. Just wanted to make sure that I had my mind correct on that. Yes, we got a farm here we should get rid of. Let's move the bell back to its normal location. It appears to be making no difference as to whether or not golems spawn. I'll have to do some research on how I can make it so that they cannot spawn in my farm. Right now I have no idea how to do that, but I know there's a way to do it. They are seeming to congregate more down here when I move the bell here, which isn't a bad thing. But we're not going to keep the bell here. We'll put it back where it was. We're going to figure out what it is that makes the golems spawn in that one area, in that farm specifically. We will figure this out. I am determined to figure that out. It is important to understand whatever rule that is, because that's going to help in the production of an iron farm. That's the goal here, you know. We've been given a particular set of instructions for an iron farm. Logical Geek Boy does a very good video on the common normal instructions for an iron farm. But there's another video that I watched not that long ago, and it was explaining to me that a lot of the methods that people are sharing are taken from other people, and they aren't actually investigating or doing the work of... Now, I know Logical Geek Boy did investigate what he knew, but I don't think he investigated beyond what he knew with the iron farming stuff. I think there's stuff more than likely that he missed, because he didn't know that it was there, and he was just going off the same script everybody else has been going off. If everybody goes off the same cliff and follows the same, you know, path, they're all going to go in the same direction. You got to go off the path to find a different direction. All right, so let's get our, I think it's 9x7 is our dimensions. I want to build another one of these houses, but let's see who I want to put in here. And I'll figure out the golem business later. So who do I have? I have a grindstone, toolsmith, grindstone. I have no blast furnace people. And these guys have not been updated. I still need to find a bunch of coal to get them upgraded. So we could do what? Blast furnace, and then I thought there was another one, but my mind is... I think it's just blast furnace. But we don't have to make a particular decision yet. I believe this is 9x7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We do have more librarians that they need a home, and we have some other guys that need a home, so... Yeah, 9x7. And I'm going to turn the music down a pinch more. While I'm really enjoying it, it's a little loud, and I can barely hear the TV screen. This is something that my friend Boston helped me to make. Gotta remember how to use it. It's been a while since I've been here doing anything on this server, you know? Okay, so we're gonna grab all of this boogity hoogity. Gonna put the dirt away over here, gonna put the wood away over here. We'll get the foundation laid for our 1 or 2 new buildings that we're gonna put up, and then I think I'd like to go and do a little exploration in the cave. I think that would be kind of fun. At least I think it'll be kind of fun until I get chewed on by a baby zombie or something, and then it won't be fun anymore. Alright, I don't know where these job blocks are gonna go, and I don't know where this redstone's gonna go, and I don't know where the villager stuff is gonna go. We just need to get this cleaned out so that we can do something with it, okay? Want my backpack fairly cleaned out because we might find some resources on our next trip that we're going to be doing, and I want to be able to grab those resources. I usually stick chains and lanterns in here, so I might as well stick those in there as well. I guess sand should go over here. I don't know about wool. And spiderweb should go to my ingredients chest. I guess I have all these nuggets for lanterns. I don't know why else I would have them. Alright, these are going to go back to our ingredients chest. I do not know why we're getting this notice of having new stuff. Alright, we might have enough daylight left to run ourselves home really quick and dump a load of stuff off. I'll keep the gems up here. I believe I have more gems. Actually, we can just sleep out here because we've got our sleeping bag, but I have more gems in here, I think. Yeah, and I have more stuff I've got to organize, but I could just take the gems and stick them in there for now, and that's not going to hurt nothing. And also get rid of the potatoes here. I do have 2 blast furnaces, so we are good on the blast furnace capabilities. Okay, anything else? Yes, we're going to get rid of these ingredients. We'll do a really quick run to the base. I want to make this whole thing more efficient. We need to have a sugarcane farm ASAP. We're doing okay so far, but we need to do better. So sugarcane farm is on the agenda for sure. No excuses there. I suppose this is ingredients. I must have some of these other oddball things here for a reason. Potatoes. These are, yeah, okay. I thought so. Alrighty, and we've been collecting. Oh, we need to keep the lights. And we're going to want more torches. Do we have extra torches in our bin? We do not have more torches. Were we smart enough to bring up some charcoal for myself? We got some steaks. If we get hungry, we can chew on a steak. Got everybody armored up, so that's good. I need zombie flesh if I'm going to go into the creepies. We'll grab some of that. Feed the dogs. Put it by my food slot and hope I don't chew on it. Alright, and then I guess we've got this jungle log and we've got these sticks and we can make more sticks out of this stuff. So let's just pressing the wrong button. I press B. I have my crafting table right here, right? So we can just get ourselves some more sticks that way. I really like this. This is nice. I just got to get used to using it. Alright, and what this will allow me to do is to create a few more torches, because we want to have a... Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button every time. We want to have a lot of torches for our next part. We have 37, and that should be enough for most of what we need to. We're not going to go super far deep into the cave. Just kind of sketch the edges and figure out where things are or are not. Okay. We'll need a dog with us, and we'll lay out this platform, and then we'll go into the cave. Use the 2 blast furnaces, and then I'll see if I've got any other job blocks available that I want to use for these guys. Looks like I've got some stone maces. Oh, I could definitely take the archers and I could put them in their own building. That would be a good move. Because they're my main earners when it comes to getting money for stuff. I depend on the archers. They are super important. I can get a little money with the farmers, but just not as much as with the archers. I think we'll go here. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we might be able to fit 2 here, although our terrain work is not very good. And we might want to change things around and make the terrain a little better, but I'm not super worried about that. I'm sure I can figure something out if I need to. Alright, but do we have enough for a space of, say, 3, and then do another one? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, but we'll be right up on the edge of this building here, I think. Because this is 7. But I think it'll be okay. I think. I'm leaving 3 in between because there's usually like an overhang and I want a little walkway in between the buildings. I want them to feel spacious. So now the next thing is I think I'm going to pull them forward by at least 1 block. And we'll start on a little of this terraforming. Right over here. We won't get too crazy with it, but we'll do a little bit. Try to smooth it out. An excellent tutorial that I saw recently, and I do not know who the creator was off the top of my head, but they were talking about doing it in waves. And I remember that. It was very useful. This is the rough patch here. As you can see, the idea here would be to figure out how can we smooth this out and make this look a little bit better. Right now, I don't have an idea, but I'll try and smooth it a little bit here and there and see if anything helps at all. I don't have a great idea. I can just kind of give it a little bit of this treatment. And we'll look at that and see how that goes. Looks like we need a block maybe right here. Don't want to be too repetitive either, you know, because that doesn't look natural either. I'm wondering if we want to squish part of this out. Alright, that's not helping a heck of a lot, but we'll keep working at it. Don't get in my area, dude. Trying to work over here. Not everybody's crowding me. Seriously. So as soon as I start to work somewhere, I've got people all around me. Very frustrating. Well, it's not wonderful or beautiful or anything, but it's a little bit less rough than it was. I'll say that much for it. And then I think we'll go ahead and we'll scalp out the front of this. We might even manipulate this terrain later. But I don't see any reason why we can't scalp this out and make it all look kind of blended in here. Definitely have some issues with the way the terrain is here. Maybe we can slope it up towards the building. Gotta figure out if we want to do stairs or what, but we're going to call that good for now. And lay out at least one of my areas. Uses a lot of stone to do this for sure. And we have to cook if we want to have smooth stone again, unfortunately. Don't know about you, but I can't see a thing, so it's time to sleep. I got the sun shining in my room real bright too. Alright, let's take a look at that. Are we happy with that? Let's remove this one right here, and then I think that's good enough. Yeah, see, this is what I was trying to avoid. They keep doing stupid things like, hey, let's climb up on the roof today. Villagers are not intelligent, I'll tell you what. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I guess 9 goes to here, okay. So this building's gonna hang over. Don't get near my axe. You get smacked, that's your fault, not mine. Dumbo. Alright, I don't know about this, but let's see what we can do here. You know, I have never tried building buildings, you know, one on top of the other. This is going to prove to be interesting. Do I have the right amount here? No, I only need 7. Remember, it's 7 by 9. That's what I forgot. Okay, I knew something was off. I was half asleep. Go away and stop inspecting my work. We don't need your opinion. If I want your opinion, I'll ask for it. Probably still don't have this quite right, but that's okay. We'll count it out one last time. Okay, we don't have enough cobble. That's a simple solution. And I already tell where I've made a few mistakes here. Oz believes I have some more cobbles. Nope, I don't. Okay, well that's easy enough to go fetch some. Should harvest these sugar cane, but I don't feel up to it right at the moment. I want to get these 2 floor layouts done. Then I gotta figure out how I'm going to tie that in with this little, I want to do that nice little awning style that I did. I think that looks really freaking cool. And I want to do more of that. Alrighty then. Oh, wrong button again. Press B. Okay, B. Oh, and it stays in there. Oh, that's cool. I'll take it. I shall take that in a bag of chips. Okay. Man, I wish I had a bag of chips. Okay, here we go. Now we've got ourselves some backup torches if we needs them. I'll put the 2 full stacks over in here, and I'll take this wood stuff. If I can find my wood chest again. You would think I'd have this memorized by now, but you'd be wrong. Okay. Let's finish this floor, figure out where the terrain's gonna go and how these buildings are gonna interact and be around each other. Because I need to figure out how the awning's gonna work here with this. Because obviously it's above ground level now. So the awning is a 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 3 by 5. And I don't know if I want to do like a 3 by 5 with a step in front or what I want to do, but I shall figure it out. Alright, we made some boo-boos here for sure, I can tell. But let's fix it. Easy enough. Easy enough. Okay, we just need to add a couple of just normal everyday don't have to be particular or fancy too much, just somewhat random. Okay, good. We'll take it, and we're 3 away from the back edge, but we've created an issue because we've got to make a 3 by 5 here in the front, which is 2 in. So this is 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think that's 3 by 5. We got to match that in somehow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yep, I got it. Okay. Brain just won't calculate number. Number not calculate. Okay. Alrighty, I'm just glad that I can stream so far and it is not crashing yet. Don't want to talk too loud because then it might crash on me. Okay, so there is what we will likely use. For our awning. But now we've got to figure out how are we going to work this, because we've got another problem on top of all the other problems that we already had. And that is, of course, the front. This is not the entrance. You don't enter from the side, although you can. You're supposed to enter from the front. But there's no front. But we've got a lot of dirt. So, ouchies. Ouchies. I fell and hurt my tailbone. Okay, I need to have a bunch of dirt. It's going to take a lot of dirt. We're going to do some major terraforming real quick. It is time for some terraforming. Alrighty, so we want waves, right? And we want the waves to kind of go with each other. And there's been more than one person that's mentioned this about the whole doing terrain like this, you know, kind of situation. Been mentioned a few times. We've got an issue here with this part. And we're working in pretty tight quarters, so it's going to be hard to get the overall design and aesthetic we want. Let's try just going this far. And now our next wave just has to kind of complement this one a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to kind of complement it. Get out of my workspace. I will smack you. Whether or not you got an iron golem there protecting you. Curiosity killed the villager, okay? And maybe one more there, and we gotta do it again. Let's get an up perspective view after we get a nap. Isn't it nighttime? I hear birds. You're telling me it's not nighttime. Okay, fine, it's not nighttime then. Alright, we're not doing too bad. It's not great. I mean, it ain't great, but it's not too bad. And we'll try to make it a little better as we go. It's trying to convince me it's not nighttime, even though I hear crickets. And all the villagers are going to bed. And the stars are out. Not you, too. Okay, I am getting tired of this. Get the oomph out of my way. Move, you know what? Get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way. Yeah, I just baked your friend. What are you going to do about it, huh? Well, I don't know if we're going to get anywhere with this terraforming jobby, but we're going to try. Alrighty, continuing on. What I've done in the past with situations like this on the Philosophy SMP Season 6 world is I have created a retaining wall. Well, unfortunately, what we've created is something very symmetrical and not very good looking, so we're going to really have to work on this to make this look better than it currently does. I kind of wonder if I want to do a retaining wall along one side. It would make more sense and it would look better overall, and it would also make my job a little. I'm going to run out of shovel, but I got plenty of iron. I don't think I have any mossy cobble. I should go and look. I might, but I don't think I do. Alright, I want to clear this part and this part. Yeah, let's do that. That will get rid of all that garbage. This will become the retaining wall. We'll keep the chunk of iron in it. And maybe we can make this look a little bit better. And let's go ahead and push it back one more to match up with this part here, which we might later turn into its own one chunk little retaining wall. Okay, well this is where things become a little bit tricky. I don't want the retaining wall to just boringly, squaringly come up. I want it to wrap a little bit here around. So that's going to be a bit of a problem. But we'll see what we can do. Let's see what we've got back at base. If we have any vines at all, if we have any cobble at all, we need some cobble. I don't know if I want to use stone. I never really liked the look of stone. I prefer cobble, but cobble and stone might actually be really good together in here. Here's some cobble. Here's some this tuff, which I don't think I want to use. Do I have any vines? I have a few vines. I can get more vines. Vines aren't the problem. Okay, so we're going to combine these together to get us some mossy cobbles, which we'll need. We are going to cook 32 of these once I figure out how we're going to cook them. I don't think I have any coal, and I don't have any fuel. I have some coal. We'll use this 6 coal. If I remember correctly, I used up my stuff, but we will cook up this. It won't cook all the way, but we'll get some bits, and we can turn that into mossy stone and later into what we need. In the meantime, we'll try to make do with what we've got. We'll probably need at least a stack. Oh yeah, we've got vines. And that will solve that problem. If I get half a stack of stone, stack of vines, should be able to make a pretty nice retaining wall combining the natural stone with the other stuff. And the good news is with these trees, the longer you leave them to grow, the more of this stuff you're going to find here. I hear the little ones out playing, going for a walk. Renewable resource here. Alright, we got a few chunks that have escaped, so let's grab those. In the meantime, we should have a little bit of luck with my stuff, and to help me have some more burning time, I have no idea what this is. Love my vein miner. I'm learning to put these in clumps of 6 by 6. Oh, I don't even have to press a button. Okay, I didn't know that. Learn something new every day. Yeah, we got lots of stacks. Good. Okay. Oak saplings I'm finding are becoming kind of stingy, and they're not giving me as much back as I put into them. Might need to find a mod to compensate that. We shall see. Yeah, we only got one here, too. I don't remember if I have a place here where I've been stashing my saplings, but let's stick them in here for now. I always want to grow those back up because then we can do something with it. I gotta figure out how to do these villagers in here. Little bit of a munchie. And now we can create some charcoal. There's some fuel, and there's some more fuel. It won't be perfect. You gotta have 64 to do 32s. But that's okay. And we're still doing pretty good on processing the stone. Now, if I remember right, you cannot put stone with moss. Or with vines. Excuse me. Yeah. You have to turn it into bricks first, and then you're allowed to do it. Don't know why there's no mossy stone in the game, but there ain't. We don't question things. We just accept and work with what we've got. Oh, stretching the legs out. Oy. Okay, are we better? Is that good? Yeah. Alrighty, let's see here. We need a little bit more of this, and yeah. Okay, we've got some charcoal. Which can now become fuel for our little fire here. Alright, we will run out again, but that's okay. I don't want to sit here all day looking at that. I got work to do. And this is processing as best it can, considering everything. That should be enough for now. We'll process that last batch. Now we're going to turn you into stone. And then we're going to turn this, I'm getting the hang of this here. We're going to turn the stone into mossy bricks. Then the next batch of stone that we get, we're going to turn into something else. Yeah, we're going to have some plain stone and we're going to have some plain bricks. I'm going to stick with mossy for the most part. So now we've got cobble, we've got that. Okay. Okay. Do I have any more plain stone anywhere at all that I can turn into? And I do not. Let's lay out what we've got and come back so we're not just hanging out in the building waiting for things to cook. Need to come up with a general layout. We'll start out with, I think we'll start with the mossy stone to try and trace it out. How this general layout's gonna go. But I think it's gonna go something along this line, and then when I get over into here, I think we want to do something like this. I can't swear to it, but that's what I think. I think let's do this. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. That looks, I think, pretty cool. We'll add just some regular dry brick in here because it's mostly dry. Spread out the wet stuff here. And then in here we'll want some different kind of, like maybe this plain stone. Alright, so the idea here is to have this retaining wall going all the way up and providing the ability for this structure to not be too constrained into this one. I gotta figure out how high the retaining walls will go. Do they go up to the floor level? That I don't know. No idea what that's gonna be yet. It might be getting ready to do some thunder. I need to get the cool rain mod on here. That's a really cool mod for being able to hear different rain effects. I love that mod. Have that in the modded, so I'd love to have that here. Hopefully I don't have the microphone in a bad spot. Let's see if I can sleep yet. Not yet. Okay, so we've got 24 of these bad boys. We want those to be blanks. Put that in there. I want a full stack in there when I get a chance. Okay, and we are on our way processing. So the next stack we get will probably have to be stone, but we might be stone brick, but we don't know. Getting foggy and dark and stormy looking, but it's not letting me sleep, so I guess we don't need to sleep yet. Okay, let's get on top of this wall. It's kind of hard to tell what we're doing when we're on top, but that's what we're going to do. Okay, so here we're going to be having more of a dried cobble experience because, of course, it's dry around here. Okay, and that will now blend out into the occasional brick. I don't want very many, just the occasional brick. Just kind of hiding out here and there, maybe one up here. Okay, we don't have a rule per se on this. We're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants. Let's get some cobble in here. Where's my cobbles? Oh, this shouldn't be in there. This can go in my pack. Okay, cobble. Dude, how long do you really want to live? You tell me. Walking along my stuff. I don't think so. Think probably one here and going cobble here, probably stone here, one here, maybe something like that. One last brick up here. Ugh. I can't jump. Bedtime yet? No, can't sleep yet. Hard to get a perspective here to see if I really like how I've done this wall. But I think it's doing what I want. I don't know about the height yet. I'm still deciding that, and then I'm going to fill in the dirt on the inside of it. But I need more cobbles. Unfortunately, I think I've run out of cobbles, so it's probably time to hit the mines. Because I got to make this another layer high. I know I'll have stone, but I don't know that I'll have much cobble. Stone is covered. Okay. With 6 charcoal remaining that we can stash right there. And now we have the ability to make more if we need to later. Alright, we just need some cobble. We don't have any cobble. We don't have any mossy cobble. I don't think we have any left here. And I don't believe I have any left back at base. So that means that I don't have any anywhere. Which is fine. I know where to go get some, but don't like to leave a project in the middle. I might get distracted and try to get into that cave I wanted to get into today, and I'm not quite ready to handle that yet. Alrighty, to the caves we go. Pookie. Let's see what kind of mine we've created. I don't remember. Been here in a while. Level 16 should be our iron level, but I don't know how we've situated. Oh, okay. This is what we did. Ooh, we've got some friends here with nothing in their inventory. That would make my life easy now, wouldn't it? Okay, well, let's create a couple of tunnels. We don't want to spend too long on this. 2, 3. Wow. Are we doing it by 5s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're doing by 7 still. 1. Let's get a light in my inventory here so we can see what we're doing. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Appears to be as far as we have gone. That's a total of 3 torch links. Let's go. Ooh, what's this? Okay, let's go a little further. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should be right, and that should be 5 total. That should be enough cobble to finish. Don't like the bird poo, but oh, cool. We've got one of these left. Awesome. And we can get rid of these torches while we're out here, too. But that should be enough to finish our project without getting too distracted down here. We'll go down there and find some bad guys. Don't just stand there on the job, dude. You're hired for security, man. Do your job. Alright, let's have a little food to eat. We're probably hungry. Alright, put the shield back into place and get back to work. Got 1 moss cobble, we'll stick right there. But now we're going to graduate out of the moss cobble. Because along the top here, the rain will be hitting it, but it will drip down through. It might stain it, but it wouldn't be, I would think, not as polluted, I guess is the word we're looking for. Alright, now the next question happens to be, how far do we want to take this retaining wall? Tight quarters in here, claustrophobia. Probably don't want to watch this. Okay, how about that? I'll put just a pinch more of the bricks there. It seems like a good spot for it, makes it all flushed out. Now I think we have some dirt, so we can now start filling this in. That is the purpose of the retaining wall. So it looks like it makes sense that there's this giant cliff face sitting here, annoying everybody, including me. Alright, Golem, you're in my work area again, so you is getting moved. We don't need you nosing into my business. You need to get out of my business so I can get to work. But I'll always take the extra iron. That's useful. Okay, now that he's out of my hair, you too, I guess. Alright, well, we gotta look close at this, how these designs all kind of blend together or not, and see what we think. And then I gotta figure out how I can use this retaining wall here and make it make sense with some things that I'm doing here. I think one of the things that the retaining wall will allow me to do maybe a more push I don't know, I gotta think about this. Alrighty, let's go to sleep. Get out of my hair. Go find another route. Alright, well that kind of worked like what I wanted, but not quite. I'm almost wondering if the retaining wall shouldn't wrap around actually in front. I just can't make it look good no matter what I do. For right now, let's just call that good. For right now. And let's not make the retaining wall any higher than it currently is, except right there. We want to fix that. Maybe we even want to take it down one notch. No, we really can't. So I don't know what to do about the edge of this building here and where it meets. That looks kind of odd, but I think it'll work. Alright, we'll leave it like it is for now. And we'll work on it more later. For now, it is a good start anyway, if nothing else. Alright, and then as far as our fences are concerned, I don't know exactly where I want to put them. I do know I have to keep the villagers from getting over onto this. So I've got to figure out a way to do that, which I don't know right now what that's going to be. It might have something to do with the wall of this structure when I get it going. Let's try this. Won't do anything for now because I can just walk right through it, but later they're not going to be able to get around it, so that'll be attached to a building, and the same for over here. Maybe not. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure something out, but that'll get us started. We'll figure something out. I'm not sure the solution right now. Once the walls are up, we'll integrate that in some way to block the villagers from getting through there. Now, we could move these over a bit and give me some more breathing room, but I don't really think we have a lot of space without it looking not very good. You know what? I am going to go ahead, though, and attempt to move them over. Would not mind having just a bit more breathing room, and I don't mind this being trimmed just one slice. We'll leave the stone there. We might do something with that later, and we'll leave the other terrain because we will probably at some point attempt to develop that out. Alright, we're gonna have to go cook some more. Stuff. Yeah, 2 is fine, 3 in between. Give me just a little more room, but we're gonna have to cook some more of this cobble. Do we have enough cobble to even do any cooking with? Yeah, we can cook 15 of them. That won't be that many, or at least 10. We just need enough to finish those floors. Don't have silk touch, so I can't just, you know, silk touch and do it that way. That'd make my life easy, but I ain't got that, so. Yeah, I think this might be better because then we won't have it blended right in next to the other building. There'll be a little gap in between, which we might be able to figure out how to block the villagers from getting it to. I don't know yet, but we will see. We'll put up some framework on the one, or maybe we'll put up framework on both in the basic walls because it doesn't take that much. Once we have the framework up in the basic walls, and we can go from there. And yes, we don't have the awning space for the front of the other one. We're going to need more cobble for that later. Not going to worry about that right now. I don't have any other resources. I need to really build my resources up in this world. I don't have a lot of resources right now. I don't think I want to push it over too and then give a gap block. Although that would look better, but I'd have to redo the entire wall, and I just don't want to do it. It's too much work. So that will be one of its flaws. Let's check all of our stats, make sure everything is working good for you guys. Yeah, you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing. I know it's not the most exciting thing in the world. And it looks like we've been able to stream an hour and a half so far. No issues. Music is okay. Not perfect, but it's working. It'll get me through. It's not a lot of the songs are repeats, so that's kind of nice. One more to go, and then we will run back over. Should use the super smelter that Boston helped me build. That would be the intelligent thing to do, I suppose. Guess after this, I'm gonna go for a walkie. Alrighty, do we have any dirt? Not enough. Let's get me some more dirt and put that in there, because that's going to go right along this edge. We're moving the entire structure over by 1. How does that look? I think it's okay. It's not great. And I have to punch with my fist, but oh well. I don't really need, but I want a space between the edges of the roofs. I don't like it when the roofs are connected together. I think it looks kind of silly, and I didn't really want to do that, so trying to avoid that. Somebody's in my work area again. And I don't like being crowded, so you're getting removed. Okay, does that look all right? I think so. And then that gives me a figuring out distance here with this wall, what we want to do. Do we cut it all in and move it in by one? And then how would that affect our building design and all that stuff? Really? You're going to just spawn another one right next to me. I wonder why they're spawning so many golems. They're not under any threat. I'm certainly not threatening them, and there's no bad guys running around. I don't even need an iron farm. All I have to do is just wait 3 seconds and they'll spawn me another golem I could make use of. I mean, what the hey? What the hey? Ah, 1, 2, 3 blocks, 4 blocks short. Folks, I've made the decision. It's a stupid decision, but I've made it anyway. We're doing it. I'm not happy. And the solution when you're not happy is to make a better decision. So let's first make ourselves a shovel. We need shovels, of course. Oh, we got some stonework there. Forgot about it. Yeah, it sits in there. Forgot about that. Yes. We would like that, please. Oh, we got some cobble. Okay, we can finish that off. That's good. Excellente. I see you didn't get the hint. The memo is, don't come near my area. Alright, let's toast up these blocks in our smelter. I think we're going to need them. Probably already cooked. This thing works pretty fast. Nope. Still works faster than what I had done, I'm sure. Okay, so it says that I have a block that got straight out over here somewhere. Got it. Okay. Let's do this. Stupid decision, but I've made it and I'm not changing my mind. Sometimes something just isn't good enough. Oh great, it auto did it, and there's an underwater cave on top of every other thing that I don't need. I don't want to take too many of that because I'm going to use the natural, obviously. Eesh, okay. I just cannot handle how ugly it is that that's touching. I need to have it not touching. So, we just don't have a choice but to either ignore it or deal with it, and I choose to deal with it. Oh. Okay. Alright, any other blocks we need to pick up in here? It says there's 2 more left. Okay, once we have this done, we should be... Ooh. And because they can't jump, I don't have to worry about them getting themselves into this situation over here. Okay, so... let's take this 26 and we'll turn it into stone. And I got a few in here already. And now we can finish a few things with this pile. What are you doing there? Seriously. Okay. Next question. Do we replace all of this with dirt? And I'm gonna say yes. Ooh. Ooh. Well, that's caused me a few problems, but that's okay. That is an awful lot of wonderful coal. And we need that coal. So I won't object. Okay, I won't be able to fill in the hole with just these little 18, but we'll try. We don't want to leave holes because sometimes bad guys like to spawn in them. I guess I was able to do it. Okay, I need to eat. I'm starving. Sleep time? Nope. Okay, and now we can just blend this wall in with that wall. That should not be an issue whatsoever. Start laying out a little bit of it right now. So probably more along the lines of this. And maybe two right here. And then some plain stone. These guys aren't very smart. They keep going in the areas where I don't want them to go. Now here's a question. Do we want to fill in dirt here in between these two structures since we've left the dirt there? Do we want to do that? Because we're going to be coming in here. I don't know. Unless we change where the entrance is. We could put the entrances right here. Have stairs going up and have the entrance be right here. You know what? Let's just do that. Let's be a smart person for once and we'll do that. Okay, so let's grab what we can over here. We've got 8. Cook up some more. We've got all of this here to work with. And we've got 1 mossy cobble left we can find a home for. I'm sure I can find it a home. Now we're going to want to surround. All right. And then what we were doing, we were using some of these bricks here and there to kind of show let's see, I want to do something like that maybe, and then plain on each end. Alright, and then I guess we will have to wrap it at some point around over here. But I'm not going to do that. Now let's focus on getting the rest of this wall in place. Then we gotta figure out our terrain a little bit better. It's not very figured it out right now. Try that to start. I can get a little better glimpse anyway of what I'm trying to do with this, so that's good. little more distance between subjects here. Well, we definitely have some interesting kind of Asian type beats going on here. I like it. Alrighty, how do we want to proceed here? No good solutions, I see. Probably have a few mossy cobbles in my backpack. Yes, I does. Okay. No. Wrong block. That one. Alrighty, almost have this done. I will go ahead and push for that right there, and I will grab these guys and alright, and we don't have any more at the moment of the smooth, so we gotta go get some. That is a lot of coal to have gotten out of one little spot. Alright. Okay, that is looking better. We're not touching the roof anymore, so that's kind of nice. I like that. I do not like the villagers' constant commentary, but what are you gonna do? They're villagers. Okay, so the wall is in. It's looking as good as I can make it look. Now, I think I can kind of look at, yeah. Alright, so what I'm thinking is we might run the entire wall all the way around eventually, but I don't feel like doing that right now. But that's probably what we're going to have to do because otherwise it doesn't make a lot of sense and it doesn't look very good. So okay, so let's take a close look at this from the upper view. Now we're not crowded by everybody and everything. Alright, so what this allows me to do is I can now run a fence right along to here. And then eventually connect that with the wall. But what I'm thinking is this needs to change this design slightly. Okay, I'll go ahead and work on it just a little bit. But soon we'll be able to keep the villagers from being a pain in the Badinsky. And getting into places where they don't need to be getting into. I think it's gonna be something like this, and we need any more cobbles that we've got. Do we have some more plain? Yes, we do. It's not probably going to be enough, but we'll make it work if we can. Let's go ahead and turn this one into a couple of the blocks. Okay, and then all we have to do is take this wall and make it look a little bit better than it does. Our music has stopped on us, so we've got to go look and see what we might need to do to get our music to run again. More folk in me work area. A guy can't just have a little piece, you know? And then, do we want, let's just zoom out of my head and take a peek. Yeah, I think I know what I want to do. I think it's going to be this. And then this should be... Alrighty, I don't know if that's the solution to our problem, but we shall try. Dude, get the hint. You're not wanted there. Go somewhere else. Alrighty. Just a little more tweak to the trim, but that looks like that will work. And then we might continue the wall kind of irregularly down just a little bit, just to kind of give it a little more pizzazz. Now let's try more extreme angles here. See if we can smooth that in with yeah, let's try that. Now, let's see how that looks. Okay, and then all we have to do is maybe try to do something somewhat... Oh my goodness. Where are you guys even coming from? Well, you left, so that's fine. That is the weirdest thing, man. They just kind of pop in out of existence here. I don't know what I think about that, but I know I don't like it. We're doing the same thing. We're going to do a double stack, double stack. Oh, there you are. Now I can get rid of you. Oh, I see how it is. You're now going to go out of my way. I see how it is. As soon as I come after you. I don't know if I like it, but that makes more sense, I suppose. I do not know how a guy would smooth this down and make this better. Probably the best that I'm going to be able to do right now. Let's go find out why our music stopped. We must have gone to the end of the album. So that was Staff Picks Electronica, and if it will load, I will attempt to find me another one. Let's have a little techno. Okay. I think that's gonna have to work. And then we'll make this area here be where the stairs in are going to be. So it will be a little different because we could put them here in the front and it'll work fine for this one, you know, if we figure out a way to make stairs or whatever to get up here, but then this one's going to be a problem. And I don't have any real way to fix it because you got to have stairs to get in there, so Let's go see what kind of stairs we got. Let's clean out my inventory a little bit. We got some stuff here that's got to go in other locations. Didn't get to the cave today. Gotta be honest, wasn't 100% feeling the cave today, but I was intending to go. I just didn't get there. I got 100 million tough stairs, so I guess we'll use those. Get rid of this apple, this wood, this wheat. We got some torches here that we don't need there. Okay, and there goes the wood. Here is the iron. I don't know where the coal's gonna go just yet. Have not decided. We'll put this here because we're gonna need that. Get rid of that. And now the potatoes are gonna go into our potato cache up here. Get that taken care of before we leave tonight. I don't want to be carrying around a big old pile of potato. Oh my goodness. I don't even know where to start. We've got to figure it out, but right now I don't know. And I gotta get the carrot farmer to be more productive as far as giving produce out, because he's not giving me any produce. Alrighty, let's get some stairs in here. We have this the right width, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we do. We did that right. Okay, well, that takes care of the stairwell. I think we've got a plan for our layout. We'll work on that next time. Grab this guy and get him out of my work area. This guy, get him out of my work area. Alright, dumping our last load of items and getting this all situated. We're going to run a load really quick to the house. And yeah, it looks like we are stable. So I think we can stream again. I was worried about that. My next test for my system, and I'm not sure it'll pass that one, will be to see if I can stream something like all the mods. I've been wanting to do that and I haven't been able to because I don't think my system will allow it, but we don't know for sure yet. Alright, so I am going to call that a day. We do need to do some enchant, so let's do our outro. Alright everyone, thank you for watching. That will conclude our work for today. We didn't do, it seems like, a lot of work, but we're making progress towards the next projects, which will be exploring the cave, getting another librarian set up, probably getting the archers set up, We're going to get that all done over there in those 2 pads we just created. We're still got to figure out why the golems are spawning so much, especially in that one garden patch, and why we're not getting carrots out of the other farmer. And that's going to be stuff that we're going to be trying to figure out as we go along. We got a cave to explore, which I think I mentioned. We got the retaining wall in, so we'll get the frames up, and we'll try and figure out how to block the villagers from traveling on that path and try to make a different, better path for them to use. That'll be another project. We need to do some terraforming and create a nice path to get the villagers up and down to the rest of the village. So, I thank you guys for watching, and we will do some of that in the next episode. I will catch you later. What you need, sir? Oh.